giving 1 through 4, but I'm adding 5 into it so we can sum it up. Exodus chapter 32, 1 through 5. Worry is a distraction. Let's find out. Exodus chapter 32, 1 through 5. He said, when the people, which people? The children of Israel. When the people, they have been in the desert, when the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain. The guy had been up there. He had been in the presence of God. He's trying to get instruction from God. The people down the hill. He was on the mountain. The people supposedly in the valley, or the people down the hill, down the mountain where he left them from, became worried because of why? They were running short of time. They became impatient. Again, when the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered around Aaron, his senior brother, and said, come, make us gods. Not one God, gods. Okay, a plural. Who will go before us? As for this fellow, now it's a fellow to them, no longer a brother. As for this fellow, Moses, who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him. Let's continue before I interrupt it. Aaron answered them, take off the gold earrings that your wives, that's one, your sons, that's two, and your daughters are wearing, and bring them to me. So all the people took off their earrings and brought them to Aaron. He took what they handed him and made it into an idol. Calves. Let's see what kind of idol. Idol cast in the shape of a calf. That's cow. It's a bull. Fashioning it with a tool. Then they said, these are your gods. Aaron now telling them, for what you have given me, the earring from your wives, your sons, and your daughters. Now they went ahead and they put everything together, smashed it, and they made their own gods. And he said to them, now these are your own gods. These are your gods. Let's pick up on 5. He said, when Aaron saw this, he built an altar. Look, they got the guy, even they got him to sin against God. When Aaron saw this, he built an altar in front of the calf and announced, tomorrow there will be a festival. They want to party with this false god. They want to associate with the false god. There will be a festival to the Lord Kai Menini. What is going on here? They're cursing the guy, the senior brother of Aaron, the senior brother Aaron. They're causing him to sin. Now, see how pressure, their worriness, Aaron become part of it. They trouble the environment. Now, their brother who was a believer, who's been leading them, now he become this person, this fellow. We don't know where he is. We don't know. We cannot associate ourselves anymore. We don't know. We can't find him. Aaron, you take over. Make us a god. Aaron looked around. There was no other way to make a god. He said, get your earrings. Get it from your wives, your sons, and your daughters. He put everything together, smashed right there down the hill, and made up a golden calf, bull, cows. And he presented to them, now these are your gods. It's heavy. So that's all you see there. Our memory verse is this. 2 Corinthians 2:11 says what? Please Get a microphone. Get a mic, because I want participation. Get another microphone. Get two if you have to. So, you young men, some of you will be reading now in a few minutes. I'm going to call on you. 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, lest Satan should take advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his tricks, his schemes, his devices. Satan took advantage over them, and Aaron became part of that disadvantage. They disadvantaged themselves. They disconnected from God, who had been leading them through the leadership of Brother Moses. Aaron fell for it. That was the same thing that happened in the church of Galatia. When Peter, who was already saved and everything, he knows everything about the salvation message. He got to the city. He got to the place in that place within the congregation or the fellowship of the Galatians. He was associating with them, the Gentiles, and all that. Everything was going well. Then when he saw the other big guys, Paul and Barnabas showed up. Then he distanced himself. He disconnected himself from them. And before he did that illegal thing, before he did that, he committed. Now he's trying to separate yourself. We all have been partying together, smoking together, doing the wicked things together. Now you're trying to be self-righteous. Paul rebuked him. Didn't even waste time. Rebuked him in front of everyone. That you, as much knowledge that you know, you have been partying with these people. Everything was going well. All of a sudden, when you saw us, you're trying to distance yourself from them. That's hypocrisy. Let's move on. Our focus in this worry is a distraction. Our focus is to teach that Satan uses worry to distract the people of God. We just see that in what happened to this group. Next one is to teach about the goals of worry. There's a lot of goals in worry. Anybody has this book? Who has this book? Lift it up. Let me see. Who's close to the microphone? So everybody here, nobody has. Only the brother. Mommy have it. So, bro, give that phone. Brother Peter, you have a microphone? Go ahead and read the introduction. We want participation, not just us. That's why we need to be calling people. Go ahead. Introduction. We are on lesson 46, page 70. Okay. Worry is a powerful tool of distraction in the hands of Satan. Think about that. Think through about it. Worry is a powerful tool of distraction. Is it a help? Tool of distraction in the hands of Satan. Okay? Go ahead. Now you can go ahead if you found it.
He uses it to sway man away from the path to the fulfillment of his destiny. When a man is engulfed with worry, any suggestions from the devil to attain relief from the debilitating effect is often embraced. It is a ploy. The cause is often exaggerated to cause fright. Every believer must beware. Anyone that is wise will not allow Satan to truncate the plan of God for his life through worry. Satan distracted the Israelites at Horeb, and they suffered a huge loss. He took the true God from them and gave them an idol. Choose to trust God and shun worry for your own benefit. Exodus 32, verse 4.
That was the last one that we were given. What did they do there? Exodus 32, verse 4. He took what they handed him. Aaron took what the people handed him, all the jewelries they handed to him, and they made it into a graven image, which is their own God, what they have chosen, against the true living God. Aaron. So Satan uses those tools of distraction to distract people of God. If you are not familiar, because every believer, the Bible says we are not ignorant, according to that in 2 Corinthians 2:11. We are not, King James will say, of the schemes. We are not ignorant of the schemes of the enemy. We are not ignorant of the devices of the enemy. We are not ignorant of the plots of the enemy. The plots of the enemy is always to distract the believer. That was what happened. That's why we all fell into that sin from the garden. Big distraction. Adam was somewhere else. The wife was somewhere else. The wife got distracted. And he continued to get into that conversation with the enemy. And finally he fell. She fell to it. And that's where we all find ourselves where we are. Man become an object of sin. Number 2, we're going into illustration. He said, then the Philistines, now listen to this story if you don't have it. He said, the Philistines gathered together and came and encamped at Shunem. So Saul gathered all Israel together and they encamped at Gilboa. When Saul saw the army of the Philistines, he was afraid and his heart trembled greatly. Fear. And when Saul inquired of the Lord did not answer him, either by dreams or by Urim or by the prophets. Remember, at this time, Saul, the Spirit of God had rejected him, but he was still. David has not come into the limelight at that time. David had not taken over the leadership. Saul was still operating, but the Spirit of God he become, at this point, it's not Ichabod. The Spirit of God is no longer with him. So, but he was trying to go through this battle, leading the people. But then when he saw the armies of the Philistines, fear grabbed him. Then he tried to do what to do. What can you do when you don't know what to do? Pray. But instead of praying now, he's trying to go to the shrine. He's trying to go see the palm readers. He tried to go see the false gods. Trying to consult. He says, science. He tried to consult consulting the wicked spirits. Peradventure he's looking for Samuel. So maybe Samuel can give him words. Maybe Samuel can give him tactics. Samuel can give him the area on how to follow to overcome this. Let's see what goes on. God, either by dreams or by Urim or by the prophets, consulting the spirits. Necrotin, that's consulting the wicked spirits, human spirits that are dead. Then Saul said to his servants, find me a woman who is a medium, looking for magic readers, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servants said to him, in fact, there is a woman who is a medium at Endor. You guys probably heard about it. Otherwise, they're popularly called the witch of Endor. So Saul disguised himself. Now see the strategy. The enemy tried continue to get him to use him. He disguised himself. Maybe he took off the clothes that he used to use that when he was the king. What they knew him for. Now he tried to disguise himself because he's trying to he's going to the wrong place. So Saul disguised himself and put on other clothes. And he went and 2 men with him. And they came to the woman by night. And he said, listen, please conduct a seance. Seance, that's consulting the spirits. Consult a seance for me and bring up for me the one I shall name to you. We are not giving the text, but of course when we do our studies, we'll find out. This very information, this very text is coming from 1 Samuel chapter 28. You can read verses 4 through 8. That's where this thing happened. He's trying to seek the face of God instead of seeking the face of God directly. But of God, he has already been rejected as a king because of what he did. Remember, go carry out this assignment. Samuel told him, say, do this. When you get to that place, do everything. Annihilate the people, the Philistines. But he didn't do. He did the assignment, but it was partial assignment. Partial belief, partial obedience is no obedience. Jesus Christ did not go halfway. He did not go three-quarter. He went all the way. If Jesus Christ has started and they finished and remained unfinished, then we would have still been in our doom of sin today. You're trying to look for God. We see that in the different places. There are many places, many of these religious sects that are trying to look for God, but they are looking for God in the wrong place. Many are in the wrong assembly. Many are trying to look for God in their own device, in their own different ways. Saul, in this case, was trying to look for God. But now you go into the medium. He asks, bring me a science. You can do. No, this is not the time for sleeping time or for you to get dream. No, just consult the spirit of the dead ones. Science. That's where and they say, oh, would you bring up to me whoever I will ask you? If you read further away into the text, I stopped. It said, the very text where we are giving up to verse 8, and that's the 1 Samuel chapter 28. But if you read further, you will see everything that took place in that. But God remained faithful. The Bible says, let all men be liars. God remained faithful. Trying to look for God in the wrong place. But God, the Spirit of God had already departed from him because of what? Disobedience. He didn't complete the assignment. So that's why we have to be very, very mindful in doing what we do for God. Don't say, I did it. Half and half did not do. If Jesus had went even three-quarter, then fell out, the salvation message wouldn't have been complete. The deliverance wouldn't have been complete. Now, this is where I begin to ask questions. The ghosts haven't seen all this, haven't read all this, haven't, for what is hearing from me, and those of you who have the book. Now, we'll go through the ghosts of worry. Now, remember, our text, worry is a distraction. It will distract somebody from following God. It will distract somebody from taking the right decision. It will distract somebody when somebody is worried, but not bringing God into the picture. Anything goes. Any road will lead to anywhere. But maybe not the place that you are looking for. Number one, deception. Worry, the goals of worry. These are what worries bring. Deception. He said, this is Satan's most used tool. He makes a mountain out of a molehill to change people's focus. Don't let him. We see what happened. This is Exodus 32:4. Aaron fell for it. They created their own gods in the wilderness. While their senior brother, the Moses, the leader, the champion, the one, the pastor, was getting information from God. The congregation, not this congregation, the congregation of God's people, the Israelites, now they are looking. This fellow, we don't know. He has taken too long. We are tired of waiting. Aaron, take over. Make us a God. Then they committed Aaron. They distracted Aaron. Aaron fell for their sin and became part of it. So he said, don't let him. The next one, doubts. Of course, doubts, the enemy will bring. It comes in subtle ways. It comes in different ways. It will deceive. You bring deception first. What did he say to the woman in the garden? Did God really say? Did God really say? Did God really say? So he's trying to say, did God really say? What? Now he's trying to reverse the very message. God said, do not touch, do not eat from this fruit. Because from the day you eat from this fruit, that's the beginning of this. That was the first distraction. He quoted the Satan quoted the word of God, twisted it around, and I begin to ask now the woman a question, did God really say? But of course, the lady there, Eve, did not know the word. That was why she was distracted and fell for that. And he began to doubt what God has said. Did God really say this? Maybe if we do this one. Because the doubt, when doubt comes in, it pushes away what God had promised. When doubt comes in, God is eliminated from the equation. Then you want to follow, because I'm doubting if I do this. I've been venture. Oh, I'm a young lady. I've been waiting for too long, and here come my opportunity. And you know that this opportunity that is coming. Not every door that is opened by God. Satan also have his own deception. When you doubt God, anybody who doubts God will fall into the trap of the enemy. Third one, say discouragement. Happiness is the opposite of worry. Okay? If you're not happy, everything is going well, first of all, money. If the money is there, nobody worries about anything. You say, what is that? A car accident, somebody call you from Nigeria, you have no problem, my brother, I'm sending something. It's only when you don't have, worry kicks in. You get that bad news, worry kicks in. Because what is it? If it's coming from Nigeria, 99.9% of the time, it's something that will be solved with money. Because of the condition over there. So discouragement, say happiness is the opposite of worry.